Have you been struggling with trying to find tools that will help you to grow your hair back in? Things that you can use, tools that you can use to keep your scalp healthy. That is exactly what we'll talk about today. This is Dr. Dwella Mote Nelson, your healthy scalp specialist. So there are two tools that I swear by. I absolutely believe work for almost any type of hair, across demographics, for children, works for adults, works for men, works for women. We're going to discuss those two tools. But there's one tool that people say, oh, I really love using this tool, that I kind of stay away from. I don't feel it's safe using. So we'll talk about that tool as well. So the first two we're going to talk about are two tools that you've heard me talk a lot about. One of them is scalp massage. The other one is a Dermaroller. Both of these tools are known and shown to increase circulation on the scalp. So let's first talk about scalp massage. Scalp massage you can do with your hands, but I love using a good tool. So if you have a good scalp massager that you can use, what I do is I set it right next to my couch. So when I'm watching television at night or I'm getting ready in the morning, I can take that scalp massager, I can massage my scalp for a minute, and then I'm done. Using a scalp massager is not something that you have to do for a very long time. 1 minute a day is plenty. It's plenty of time for you to do a scalp massage. And so we don't want to make it complicated. It's quite easy. Just get a scalp massager. We have one that we carry with Dr. Topic Oils. You get that scalp massager. I have one downstairs near my couch. I have one upstairs near my couch. And so when I'm sitting there and I'm just watching television, I can massage my scalp. Remember how I'm always telling you to use a Dermaroller to grow your hair in if you have bald spots or your edges are thinning? This is our Dermaroller from Dr. Topic Oils. Click the link below and get it today. Start growing your hair back today. Get that circulation on my scalp increased. That helps my hair to grow and stay healthy. So that's number one, the first tool, a scalp massager. A manual scalp massager. Now they do have the ones that are electric too. The ones that you can plug up and they have a battery in them and they vibrate. And then they have the ones that are cordless. So they have all kinds of scalp massagers. And any of those will work. It just depends on what your preference is. For me, I like to keep it simple. So I like to just grab it at sitting next to the couch while I'm sitting there watching Law and Order and do my scalp massage, and then I'm off to bed and ready to go to sleep. So that's what I prefer to use. The second thing we'll talk about is the Dermaroller. That one you really have to be a little bit more specific about. I generally love the ones that are spa grade. There are 1,000,001 different types of scalp massagers that you can buy on Amazon and Walmart and all these different places that you can purchase them from. But the one that I have is a spa grade Dermaroller. It has 540 micro needles, which basically has like 540 little teeny needles, little teeth all around that Dermaroller, and it's on a roll. So it's basically, so if you think about like a paint roller, when you use a paint roller on the wall, that's essentially what a Dermaroller looks like, but it's just much smaller, and you use it on your scalp. And what that does is the areas of your scalp that are balding, that you can see your scalp through your hair, that's where you would use a Dermaroller. You wouldn't use a Dermaroller all over your head, only in those areas that you're experiencing severe balding or severe bald spots or alopecia areas, or your edges that are very sparse, or the nape of your neck if it's very sparse. That's where you would use that Dermaroller. You wouldn't use it all over the scalp. With the Dermaroller, I recommend using it in the morning. For me, it's much easier, and I have some pictures of my hair. I had some braids once before. I had some sew-in braids once before, and they actually pulled out the side of my hair. They pulled out the right side of my hair. And I use a Dermaroller and alopecia repair balm to grow my hair back in. So there'll be some pictures there linked for you to see my hair. After I took my braids out, essentially all of my hair was gone on the right side. And so I used a Dermaroller. For me, this is how I used it. I get up in the morning, wash my face, brush my teeth, Dermaroll. And then my scalp on that area where the hair was sparse, where my edges were bald, they got that extra boost of circulation for the day. Then when I get home from work that afternoon at 4 or 5, I would apply my alopecia repair balm with the brush, with the application brush, and I would brush it in with that brush in the afternoon. And I did that only 2 times a week because you don't want to put too many things on your scalp to end up clogging your pores. So if you're using a serum or a cream or something to help you grow your hair back, you want to make sure you're not using it every single day, because it will clog your pores and basically have the opposite effect where you're losing hair instead of growing hair. So with the scalp massager, you don't really have to think about cleansing that as much because it's not really penetrating into the scalp. But with the Dermaroller, because they're little micro needles that are doing like little acupuncture to the scalp, you want to make sure that you're cleaning that after every single use with alcohol. You want to use a rubbing alcohol. I have mine in like a little spray bottle. And so I spray that onto the surface, shake it out really good, and then I put it onto the case to dry. So that's how I use my Dermaroller. So those are the two things that I love to use. I love to recommend. My clients have had exceptional experiences with those. Results have been really great. And so I always recommend those two because they're really easy to use, really easy to maintain, really easy to understand how to use them. The other tool that I've heard people talk about is a laser cap. Now, I know you've heard of these before, and I always feel really weird about putting lasers around my head. I know that the makers of this will say, oh, it's safe to use. And, you know, just me personally, like I can't speak for anyone else, but personally, I have issue with putting a laser near my brain. I want to keep my brain as healthy as possible. I feel nervous about using a laser cap on my head because my brain is there. And so, you know, to each his own. I'm not trying to persuade you not to use it, but personally, it's not a good fit for me. I feel a little bit nervous about it. Police officers use radar guns. So that has a particular amount of radiation, just like a laser has a particular amount of radiation. I know they say that it's healthy or that it's not unhealthy for you to use, but it just makes me nervous. So the two tools that I would recommend you using, one would be the manual scalp massager or some type of scalp massager. The second one would be the Dermaroller. And then, of course, like I said, people do use that laser cap. I have not done research to tell you if it works or not, but that's just a tool that showed up as one tool that people were trying to use to grow hair. Thank you so much for listening. Please leave your messages down below, your comments, any questions that you might have, and I'm happy to get back in contact with you. Subscribe, share this YouTube channel with others, and we look forward to hearing from you soon. This is Dr. Dwella Moten Nelson, your healthy scalp specialist. Thank you.